I got different methods of the way to nationalize, but you're saying if you're nationalized and sign, and Bobby Hemmett said the same thing. You're saying if you sign these paperworks and nationalize, you're pretty much going back into that system, and so it's a waste of time.
It's a trap.
All right. So how do we get out of that system without using that paperwork? How do we get out of that? How do we get out without nationalizing?
Okay,
Just
first
say,
of all,
say we out and I am somebody like Jesse Jackson. We just sit around and say we are somebody.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to the first video you started with Amos Wilson.
Go ahead.
Right, and he was talking about with us being discombobulated that we can't form structures.
Okay.
All right. Now you got to remember that before, every time we start building a structure, we was literally, not figuratively, attacked by the government. Mm-hmm. Whether you was Giant Africa in Philadelphia, whether you was in the Great Fire of Chicago, the Great Fire of Memphis, whether you was in Rosewood, it don't matter. Whenever we start building our own, it was attacked because they was at war with us. Mm-hmm. We kept falling for it because we never declared war on nobody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All this time, all we've been on is defense. Mm-hmm. That's where Humpty Dumpty used to sit, on the fence. So as the defenders, we had to figure out what's the best method to overcome the threat. And all of the great chiefs was murdered, literally, in the anal time, all the way up. When you go, some of them tried to use the music. They murdered them. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. They want their intellectual property. Johnny Hathaway. They think that once they take the intellectual property from the artist, that the message is gone, but the message is across the airwaves without ever having to meet each other by putting it on the beat, putting it on the drum. When we want to become sovereign again, we have to behave like sovereigns. We got to do business with each other, and we have to muscle the corporate structure off of the tribal territorial rights. If you go to the Indigenous Rights Act and you know what your rights are, follow your rights and they'll navigate you to the conquest of your rules. You have to overcome rules with the rights because rights are superior to rules, but you don't have no right you don't exercise. That's why I've been telling everybody ever since I've been on here, I'm following the oral tradition of the collective tribes. It's the only remedy that's in place by the collective tribes that has no tribe above another tribe. It is the only remedy that cover all territorial tribes, no matter what country they're in. It's the same tribal oral structure from ancient times. It's never changed. And it's called the redemption process, when the pretender to the throne exercises his right to redeem his people from the captivity of the fiction that's put in place. Redemption rights comes with a redeemer, right? The redeemer is known as the kinsman redeemer, right? And then we use certain ancient traditions practice in everybody's face, and they don't even know what they're looking at. Right. But we, all of the ones, us in the know, we know what we talking about. It's like slang hip hop lingo. We all know what, when we hear our favorite rap song, we know exactly what he talking about more than what's said in the song based on what we feeling when the song is being played. The only way from under the legal fiction is to exercise rights over the rules. That's it. Ain't no paperwork gonna get you out because the paperwork's tied to their system. They got the copyrights and the patent on all of the paperwork. They have the jurisdiction of the subject matter of what's in the paperwork. We don't need the paperwork. We need real life.
Real
we
living
paperwork.
Yeah. We live in breathing beings. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now, when we start making the connections with each other, and the number one thing is we got to get these babies under control. We got to get them out of the enemy's hand, miseducation of the Negro. That book was written about your educational system, your system of educating the children. They muscled it out of our hands with integration, right? But when they did that, what did they do? They took all of the ones that's low economic bracket went to the same school, no matter what their skin was, and they took critical thinking, practical problem solving out of those curriculums. Why did they do that? It wasn't an accident. But if your child went to what they call an affluent school, they was the critical thinking and practical problem solving was the basis of their educational system. Right? Neely Fuller tell you in the compensatory code, the 9 areas of people activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war. This government has systematically used those 9 areas under the banner of sociology as a control measure. The Protocols of Zion tells them that they have to control all of those same things in order to implement the white supremacist doctrine. Because that's what it is. It's the blueprint for white supremacy, no matter who wrote it. Now, how do we know this? Everything in that book is everything that they do. Whether the book is a fiction, whether it's made up, whether it's propaganda material, when you do a comparative analysis since the discovery of the book to now, and you can go before the book, but the structural blueprint for conquest has been the methods laid out in the protocols. Now look at the first word, protocol. That means the method of something. Follow the protocol, follow the instructions, right? The long-term layout was the morals and dogma, because the challenge of the George Washington challenge is versus moral compass versus dogmatic belief. The dogmatic belief ties you to all 3 monotheistic religions, right? The moral compass is going to reject it when you realize what the leadership do.